a lot of the times I just want to show up as I got it together. I'm this pretty girl. Mm-hmm. I'm a mess, y'all. Like, I'm legit a mess right now. Like, I'm not in my finest hour. But the thing about it is learning to accept your shadow and your light.
Preach on.
For me, what I've always done is I've always stuffed my shadow. Or if whatever parts I like about my shadow, I'll let you see. I'll say out loud. Whatever I don't, it's like, stuff it down. No one can see this part of you.
Thing is, you cannot stop yourself from being human. That's a human thing.
Yeah, and I be trying.
Yeah.
I be like, you not human, hoe.
Man, these lyrics go in. Yeah. Put me up. This is some straight bars.
Welcome back to another episode of Bar to Bar, where we bring bars from your favorite songs to the bar. And we discuss. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm your host, Kap.
And remember, this season we are actually doing it a little bit different. We're doing undiscovered or recently discovered artists as opposed to the major artists that are out right now.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Kap?
Good. How you doing, Nick?
I need a drink.
Already? We just started, goddamn.
I know, but I don't need a drink. It's just I'm like in such a good mood. I feel like my little cocktail that I'm about to concoct is gonna like really have me coasting. Y'all see me with the shades on. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good.
She got the shades on today, y'all. I mean, she about to.
No, it doesn't.
If she starts slurring her words, you already know.
No. I got really fucked up not too long ago, and I'm that's why I'm not taking shots. I got my ice ready. I'm about to go ahead and even pour my stuff for me, and we can take a shot.
Go ahead and shot up for the.
We can cheers. I'm not taking a shot.
Oh yeah, I'll take a shot, but for the
As a matter of fact, I'll use a shot glass as my measure, because I literally cannot. Like, I can't. Like, my whole life flashed before my eyes the other day, like on some real shit. Perfect. One shot. Look how much look at that.
That's a perfect amount.
Perfect amount. I'll put this right here.
Look like how it be when you be at the club. You know what I'm saying? Pouring the shots up for them.
Unless you buy your own bottle. All right. Cheers. Back again.
Back at it.
Bar to bar.
If you're not 21, don't drink.
Thank you guys for coming back. If you are a regular. And if you're new, what's up?
The artist I got today, the song that I got today,
the
song is called Finest Hour by the artist Cash Cash, featuring Abir. So first thing, y'all know the segments. If you don't know the segments, the first segment is normally, what do you do when you go to the bar? You get your ID checks to make sure you're 21 and get in that motherfucker, right? All right, cool. So we about to check some ID, all right? This song came out in April 2018. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they've been around, but they're still
climbing, yeah.
Yeah, they're still climbing. They're known on a different.
How'd you find them?
One of my homeboys actually told me about this artist. They sent me the song. They said this might be a really good one to consider.
Okay.
So shout out to my boy Bray.
Shout out, Bray.
My homie, brother from another. Appreciate you. This is definitely a good song. Feel good song. We're gonna get into that though. The next segment we got, this is a new segment. We didn't have this last season, but this one is called Bar Menu.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where we give you the facts of the artist.
And we do our research, because for a lesser known artist, you got to do some type of research.
Yeah.
You got to know some things about it. So with that being said, little synopsis. Cash Cash is an American electronic music group from Roseland, New Jersey. The group consists of three DJs/musicians. All right, they're brothers John Paul and Alex Malclough and Samuel Frisk.
Okay.
All right, so they produce, record, mix, master all their music as a trio. All right, so they're like, what I guess you could say, like DJ Khaled type of thing.
Well, yeah, like a DJ Khaled or like a David Guetta, Steve Aoki,
DJ Mustard,
Marshmello.
People like that.
I'm thinking pop group
or pop. Yeah,
DJs.
she did pop. I was relating it to the folks that don't know much about pop. Then to like hip hop.
DJ Mustard,
DJ Khaled, that bring people together. They'll produce it. They might get on there and say a few things, but they're not really on there rapping or anything like that. They got other people on their beat, and it sounds amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is the pop version, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so...
I mean, does this matter? Are they black or white?
They're white.
Okay. It doesn't matter, guys. It's just for context.
Yeah, so their genres are like EDM type of music, which
Yeah.
a little pop, progressive house music.
I was surprised you
Yes.
picked.
Yes, she
I put it on. I said, this is something I would pick.
Exactly. Excuse me. Hey, I'm just letting y'all know my allergies have been a little out of control, but I'm good. I promise you, I'm not sick. All right. So, yeah, they were first discovered back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They've been around, but they're not just out there like that. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of music that they've had out, again, underground. If I go on Apple Music, it was a few things, but it's not. I don't know how to explain. You know how when you go look up an artist, you go look up their albums, but it's not a lot of albums, but you go under the EP section of that. Well,
Yeah.
you don't own Apple Music.
Well,
right?
Spotify is
Same thing.
Similar.
So the EP, they have a lot of EP type things from what I saw. So yeah, like I said, their music is good. If you're into the pop EDM type of thing with some singing, some good music, you know what I'm saying, to get you upbeat, uplifted, upspirited,
Yeah.
check them out for sure. All right.
Check them out.
All right. So, and then we got one more with the bar menu. The featured artist that's actually singing on the song, her name is Abir, like we said. Again, we apologize if we mispronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Moroccan American pop singer. And she has a very, very, in my opinion, beautiful voice.
Yeah.
She does a great job. She is only 29.
Okay.
She's from North Africa, moved to New York City. She's a singer / songwriter. And like I said, she was born in Morocco. Her earliest appearances was actually, she had a song with Fabulous back in 2015.
Oh, what was the song?
Young OG.
Okay.
2. That's what's, yeah.
Clearly we ain't heard it, but shout out to her.
She did. She also had, she worked with The Dream.
Okay.
And another artist or producer
That's
by the
big.
name of Don Richard.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all heard of them, but yeah, she's dope. Great artist.
She's up
Give
and
her a
coming
listen.
too, yeah.
Yes, and she has an EP. Her second EP was called Heat. It landed in the summer of 2020, and it has the song called Inferno on there. Give it a listen, y'all. But for right now, we're focused on Finest Hour, okay?
Yeah. And, throughout when we get to the bars, we'll be playing clips from the songs too. So
Exactly.
whether you've heard it or not, you'll hear little snippets throughout this episode.
Yep. So give it a chance, all right? So the next segment we got is called What You Pouring.
Oh, yeah.
For those that don't know, newcomers, What You Pouring is basically what liquor, doesn't have to be liquor, what drink, anything do you think that this song feels like? You know what I'm saying? So if it feels like a shot of tequila or a specific type, whatever the case may
This
be.
song is a margarita.
Excuse me, spicy margarita. That's what I had.
Okay.
That's what I had. I had a spicy margarita.
The little, the white people love a little spicy margarita.
Spicy margarita be good.
Yeah, I would say
you know,
spicy
yeah.
margarita. And I just say margarita because when I think margarita, I think of good time, up-tempo, we're having fun.
Definitely. And then it's like, I actually had one of her spicy margaritas back when we worked at that job. We used to.
I made you your first one?
I don't know if it was my first one, but you made me one for sure. And it was good. It was great.
I made him his first one.
she popped my spicy margarita cherry.
I'm gonna claim it.
She took my spicy margarita virginity.
I thought you guys didn't like it though.
Oh.
When I made it for you guys.
I like it. I like margaritas. I like the spicy margarita.
Oh yeah, you did, but your brother didn't.
He probably didn't like it.
And I don't think your cousin did either.
And neither one of them are. They like shots. They're
no, but they like the sweeter one.
The sweeter regular margaritas. Yes, both of them like sweet.
But it
drinks
wasn't
also.
the margarita; it was a different drink. Anyways, we're going down memory lane. But this song is a margarita for sure, spicy marg to be more specific. In both of our opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Wait, okay. What tequila?
Now, what tequila? Me, what we like to drink. We're Don Julio Reposados around this motherfucker.
We are.
We're Don Julio Reposados. So that, you know what I'm saying, went back in the day, again, just a little memory, just a little bit. We used to get lit off Don Julio Reposados, especially that New Year's Eve.
Oh my God, I was toasted.
That New Year's Eve, it was her last night working at that night job, and she got lit.
That's my favorite time to get drunk. When I'm working, because when I'm working, I can still be cognizant and still be oh, like I won't let myself go to the point of no return.
Right. Facts.
And I think this was recently I got really drunk, y'all, and I don't know how it happened without me feeling like, when you start to get lit, you're like, wait a minute, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel none of that. I was drinking Don Julio, actually, not Tito's. And
wait, what? Hold on. I'm serious. Like, wait, hold on. You said you were done with it.
I realized I can't drink this I don't know anymore because I can drink it. I thought I couldn't drink it to get drunk, but now I don't know because I drank that the other day and I got drunk, and when I tell you, I just kept going and going and going, and
had a blast,
but it turned out it was too much. It was too much. But when I'm working or if I have to drive, I guess, whenever I know that there's some type of responsibility that's needed, I won't go so far to the point of no return. And that's the thing, like, I don't think it's been I'm just now realizing that. It's been forever since I just got drunk just to let my hair down and I don't have a care in the world. I'm always either the mom of the group or I have to drive or I'm working. So it's like you can't get too drunk. Like I can get good, but I can't. And it's a lot of other stuff that, I've just been going through my own personal stuff that lately, and I was able to just let go and I just went too far. But Don Julio will take you there every time, guys. That's what we're trying to get to.
Don Julio,
the tequila of choice for what you pouring would be DJ.
Don Julio,
tryna
Reposado to be exact. Okay,
just feel good, let loose, and it's not your finest hour, but
yeah, take your wig off, snatch them bundles out. All right, y'all. That is it for those segments. We're gonna move into our next segment, which is called Bar to Bar. We going in. We about to check some of these lyrics out, just a few. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, you ready?
Ready.
Let's get it. All right, let's go. So the first bar I got is
walking in with good intentions, walking out with no patience. I know I'm young, but I'm pissed off, telling everyone to kick rocks. A couple rounds of the mezcal, I'm falling down and I'm holding it up by a thread now.
This reminds me of the other night.
Holding on by a thread. So I got a little backstory real quick. Earlier this week, feel like 2 weeks ago. Earlier this week I was in Miami. Shout out to Miami for sure. Be a good time. My first time ever in Miami in my whole 32 years of life. First time ever. My whole 32 first time ever.
God, you did it really big. You did it really good too.
You know what I'm saying? So went to Miami, had a great time. However, you know what I'm saying? We went to a strip club. After the strip club, we was in the car. It got lit. We had drinking Clase Azul. And I stood up. And you know that walking by what's it say? Hold it all by a thread.
Yeah,
I will hold it by a thread. I promise you, bro.
Because if you drink too much and when you stand up, it rushes.
It rushes, and that's exactly what it did.
That. I
know that. I know. 'Cause we professionals around here. I stood up and my body felt numb. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Walked to the bathroom, use the bathroom, walk back out, sit down. I put my head down like this.
Yeah.
Set my head back. I said, I know for a fact if I close my eyes right now.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna be dizzy.
See,
I kept my eyes open.
Yeah.
Until we left. We got in the car. Listen, all right, y'all don't judge me, okay? I had a box of food.
Okay.
I had ate most of it. They had some left over to take home, so you can eat it when you're at the crib.
Right.
Man, my stomach started going crazy. I was like, oh my God, am I gonna make it home? I'm in the back of the truck. No window. Oh, I couldn't do it.
You threw up in the truck?
Not in the truck.
Oh.
It was in the truck, yes, technically, but not on anything in the truck.
Oh, okay.
In the box of food.
Oh, in the box of food.
I said, fuck it. I had to do what I had to do.
Did
but
you eat the food after?
Hell no. Look, I was holding on by a fucking thread.
Yeah. So basically this episode is going to be about our unfinest hours.
Unfinest. But it's funny though. We're going to have a great time talking about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got drunk the other day and it was a wake up call for me because I have been just kind of trying to just have as much fun as possible since quitting my media job and haven't really been taking a lot serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think...
You'll pass me a napkin?
Yeah. I think for me, I...
Appreciate you.
That night I just went too far. It just got too far. It got really bad. I'm not going to say everything that happened, but I just know that I too threw up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot that happened.
You made it home though before you?
No, yeah. I wasn't driving. That wasn't my finest hour. And you know what? When the day after it happened,
Yeah.
I went into full crises mode because I was just like, how could I let this happen? I got so drunk. But the day after, I've been in therapy, since 2018. I was talking to my therapist and talking to my best friend, and I realized that it hasn't been my finest hour. Like, I haven't been really focused on what it is that I want, but it's because I've been scared.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And scared for a lot of different reasons. A fear of success is a big thing for me. Fear of being seen is a thing for me too. So I'm literally trying to find anything that can distract me. It doesn't have to just be liquor.
Right.
So that's how I know I don't have a drinking problem. It doesn't have to just be liquor. It could be anything. It could just be, let's go out to dinner with my friends. Let's binge watch this show. Let's try to find a new recipe so I can cook. And it's just you don't need to find new recipes to cook. You need to focus and hone in on what it is that you're doing next. You know what I'm saying? I'll find anything to distract me. And this night, I went way too far, drank way too much because I didn't have to drive, because I didn't have no responsibility that night. I didn't have to be the mom of the group. I didn't have to drive. I wasn't working. I was finally able to let loose.
How now? I know you're used to being one of those.
Yeah.
Whether it be working, the mom of the group, or having to drive.
Yeah.
Initially, how did that feel though?
It felt great. I knew that, it's up. What happened was I also had a cold.
Okay. Yeah, you told me. I'm glad you beat that, by the way.
Yeah, I still have a little bit of a cough. I also had a cold, and I was drinking NyQuil the night before. I think that NyQuil was still in my system.
Was you a little drowsy kind of sort, sluggish in the sense?
No, but I took Dayquil earlier that day too.
Oh, okay.
But the capsules. So I'm not putting two and two together. So I'm thinking because that medicine was still in my system, it kind of aided in the liquor. Maybe because maybe I don't know. I was trying to look it up. It wasn't saying anything correlated, but I was like, you're not supposed to mix that stuff.
No, you're not. Absolutely, you're right.
And one thing I did read is you're supposed to wait 24 hours before consuming alcohol.
Didn't do that.
Absolutely did not do that. So somewhere in there, maybe there was lean in my body.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make lean, but I just know
accidentally had lean in her body. That's crazy.
Maybe. I don't know.
It mixed together in her stomach, and that was it.
But I say all that to say is, actually continue. Let's see if it comes up. I'll bring it all in, but just know it wasn't my finest hour.
So the next bar I got, moving on. Next bar I got.
This ain't my finest hour. Might see my flaws today. My words are out of order. Maybe my drink's to blame. Emptying on my pockets till I don't feel a thing. This ain't my finest hour.
I feel like days when you have a bad day, or just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that's when your flaws are seen by people, and I feel like it's okay.
Yes.
Sometimes. I mean, if you can manage it.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
I will say, to counter what you said, for me lately, my unfinest hour, plural, have showed up recently, one in public and one in private. And for me, it's an accumulation of me not dealing with my own stuff.
Okay.
And like I said, I've been trying to just distract myself from responsibility. It's like the inner child in me just wants to play. Because for the past 6 months to almost a year, which was last year, 2023, all I did was hone in and focus.
Man, you was working like a goddamn slave.
And then I was
not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I was working so much because I was trying to get to a point of stability because I quit my nightlife job.
Absolutely.
I didn't have time to run around and play, and I didn't have the money for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so after just getting out of the editing media game, and I'm just back, doing my things, which I should be. I just really started back. I just took some time to just breathe, but breathing turned into too much play. And then it got to a point where I didn't understand how to balance it anymore. And, you know, last year I couldn't balance it because I had no funds really to balance, and I was trying to find stability. This year I have the funds to have fun and stuff, but I still need to have stability. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this year I wasn't even working out as much. Last year I was a freaking crazy head with that.
I tell you, she started. When did you start last? You started.
It was
beginning
January 2nd.
She started January last year.
Yeah.
And you can see the transformation.
Yeah.
Every time we would come record.
Yeah.
It was just boom.
More,
then it
more,
was
more.
boom. Then it was boom. And then you could tell by her energy at first. It was good energy because you was happy with your results.
Yeah.
You're eating and everything. But then you could also see a shift in the energy later in the year because of the working.
Yeah, I was overwhelmed.
Side. Yeah.
I was overwhelmed. Over fucking whelmed.
Absolutely.
That Janae episode, if you guys go back and watch the Janae Aiko episode, I don't remember what number that is, but the Janae Aiko episode, I was really, really under a lot of pressure and was beating myself up really bad. But I'll say all this. So my unfinest hours have showed up because I've just been playing so much. And like literally, it was my wake-up call not too long ago when actually this time last week. Yeah, around this time last week or so. And I will say this. You can feel a mess, but sometimes you have to embrace that mess. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning because a lot of the times I just want to show up as, you know, I got it together. I'm this pretty girl. I got it together. And it's so funny because I remember I was out with my man and his friends.
Oh, man.
And his friends, and one of his friends said something. It's funny, I don't remember too much of that night, but one of his friends said something to me, and he said, "Dang, I thought you were cool," because I was like upset, like I got angry off of some shit. I got triggered, and my unfinest hour came out, and he was like, "I thought you were cool," and like in that moment, I didn't give a fuck, but it plagues in my mind, like, damn, I showed up as my what did he say? She said. Something about like you'll be liable to see it or something of the nature. Read that.
Read the whole thing again? Okay.
Read the second part.
The second part. Might see my flaws today. My words are out of order.
Yeah. Might see my flaws today. My words are out of order. And it's so crazy how perfectly this song aligns because now I'm a person that cares a lot about what people think. You know, like I've been one of those people. I'm working my way out of it, but I mean, that's just the truth. That's the mess in me. And a lot of the times, even admitting that is like, no, I can't let people think. I can't let them see me sweat. And it's like, no, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm a fucking mess. And I'm learning to just accept that. I'm a mess, y'all. Like, I'm legit a mess right now. Like, I'm not in my finest hour. But the thing about it is learning to accept your shadow and your light.
Preach on.
Because you can't understand what light is without shadow.
Absolutely.
For me, what I've always done is I've always stuffed my shadow. Or if whatever parts I like about my shadow, I'll let you see. I'll say out loud. You know what I'm saying? But like, whatever I don't, it's like stuff it down. No one can see this part of you. And like, it coming out now it's all perfectly happening how it's supposed to.
And it's okay. The thing is, you cannot stop yourself from being human.
No.
That's a human thing.
Yeah, and I be trying.
Yeah.
I be like, bitch, you not human, hoe. Like,
you super,
show up.
No, you're not super.
Show up as the Tracy people accept. Don't show up as this, you know?
Yeah.
And Tracy, y'all know that's part of my name. But show up as that girl, you know what I mean?
And the one that everybody sees, that everybody's happy to see, not the one that's like, today is not my day. But it happens.
It happens. And I've been learning to just embrace that shit. Like right now, the era, you know, everybody's like my princess era, my villain era, whatever. I'm literally in my mess era. This is the mess.
It's the mess.
And it's like, how do I climb out of it? How do I just you know, show up and show out regardless of the mess era?
I mean, I feel like you just got to take it day by day. And then, like you said, it's a mess. So Every mess takes time to clean up. You just gotta take your time cleaning it up. It's excuse me again. You know how you get a project house to flip, right?
Yeah.
You gotta clean it. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure as you go, you clean it up, and then once you get it to where your standards of what you want it to be, then boom, you can flip it and sell it. Well, it's the same thing for you as being a mess in your mess era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It ain't nothing wrong with it. Shit, hell, I'm in a mess era too for myself. But we all have a mess era. If you have never had a mess era, you're lying to yourself. You might not think it was a mess era, but goddamn it, you had a mess era. I guarantee you did. It might have been for a month, might have been for 2 weeks. You had it though. All right, so the next and final bar that I have.
Bottling my emotions, all this talking commotion. Everybody got me stressed out. I can't control if I break down.
Have you ever balled up your emotions and just let them explode? Just like said, fuck it, and just went off. Like had them.
Recently.
Yeah,
when I was
that situation.
Yeah, that's the most recent one I can think of. I mean, it's happened before too, but there was so long ago, so I can't really tap into those emotions too much. But because this actually just recently happened, and liquor was involved, and I think that's what made it boil over.
Yeah.
But read the last verse. I mean, the last bar.
I can't control if I break down.
Yeah, I can't control if I break down. For me, like in that moment, I couldn't control it. And it's crazy because I felt like I had dialogue in my mind, like, yo, chill. But it was like, I was triggered. I took something the wrong way and I was triggered. And it's been so many times in relationships in my past where I just always held my tongue. And I just feel like I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to be the bigger person all the time anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold my tongue anymore. And with liquor being involved, I absolutely
it
definitely wasn't going to happen. So like, for instance, like when his friend, when his friend was like, I thought you were cool. It was just like, bro, I couldn't control my breakdown. Like I couldn't fucking control that shit. So if you don't think I'm cool, then you don't fucking think I'm cool.
And that's okay. Everybody's not gonna like you.
Yeah, they're not. And it'll be my fault that you see me that way because you've only seen me but so many times. But I know that that's not the totality of who I am.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I was at a point in my life. Well, I'm in a point in my life where I need to accept the mess. And I also need to accept when people see the mess. When other people see your mess and you just got to accept it. Kind of like with Will Smith with the slap. If it's anything, I know a lot of people like ridicule him for that. But for me, it's such a comforting thing to see this big, almost superhero, like big actor.
Everybody's favorite person.
Multi-millionaire, probably billionaire, black.
Yeah.
And
he did not control his breakdown.
Human being who, had that infamous moment at the Oscars. And it was the night he won his first Oscar. So what does that show you? His shadow and his light were in the same fucking room, bro.
That's so crazy.
His shadow and his light was in the same fucking room. His light basically carried him through to win his first Oscar. You know how long that man been acting? You know how many amazing roles he's done, and he's been nominated for this before. And the night that he won, his shadow also was present and was on the same stage.
Should have
that night
been won an Oscar.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So when I think of that, that's why I love the Smiths. I don't care what nobody say. But when you think of that night, it's like his shadow was on that stage and his fucking light was, and it's just like I can appreciate seeing the human in someone who seems almost immortal. You know what I'm saying?
Untouchable.
And he's had to accept that people will have seen him in this mess and
just move forward.
There's nothing you can do.
Well, if folks are gonna fuck with you if they really fuck with you. If you don't fuck with Will Smith, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, God damn it, it's Will Smith.
Yeah. And it's okay if you don't, but it's, what's crazy is
it really ain't. But
one thing I do know is when you're worried about what people think of you, it's really senseless in this way. Think about it. Like, I can do everything right.
Right.
I can show up and like I could just do everything right. I'm Mrs. Get It Right all the time, right? And someone will still find a reason to not like me. Or they could just be like, I don't know. Everything's a little too perfect. I don't know. And it's not even me pretending. It's just every time you see me, you catch me on a great day.
Right.
And they can still be like, I don't know. Something about it ain't right. Or I don't like the way they made that pie. It's not my favorite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or I don't like the way she, I don't know, pulled her car back. I don't like her driving.
Mm-hmm.
It's something, you know?
Look for some type of flaw. And those be the negative folks.
But it's not even that. It's not about them being negative. It's not about them being negative. It's the fact that people will perceive things how they perceive things.
Okay.
It really has nothing to do with you. So, like, for instance, the color red.
Mm-hmm.
To us, it's a color. To certain hoods, it's a threat. So it's like, it's not about the color red is not negative.
Yeah.
You and I aren't, I don't know, bushy. Yeah. We're not like bushy tail, wide eyed, and just, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't know any better. It's like, no, it's how it's perceived in certain places.
Right.
So it's like, for me, I just look at it, if someone doesn't fuck with you, even if you've done everything correct, it has to do with their perception. And it doesn't mean that their perception is wrong. It could. It could.
Right. It could be, the perception could be actually what it is.
Yeah. Or
it could be just that, their perception, and that's it. They don't know the whole thing. But they don't know.
All in all, I'm just learning to accept this ugliness that is my shadow. And it's not hard. It's not easy every day, y'all. Right now, I can talk about it and smile and be like, yeah, this is what I'm learning and da-da-da-da. But 2-3 days ago, I woke up crying.
Mm-hmm. I
woke up crying and I was a mess. It just feels so uncomfortable to accept sometimes.
Yeah.
So especially when you wake up feeling the bullshit. It sucks.
Waking up feeling bullshit is like, if you go to sleep and it's not resolved, or there's no resolution in the view, and then you have to wake up and then you're hoping that whatever happened the night before was a dream.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling ever, because then reality hits. That shit was not a dream.
Oh.
That shit really happened.
We drink to that.
That shit really happened. And now we have to deal with that today, because it happened last night.
It's the worst. And the only remedy is time and reflection. For me, time and just kind of be sitting in silence and reflecting and understanding, what is this moment trying to teach you, and what is this moment for? Cheers. Cheers to waking up and feeling bullshit.
Waking up and I feel like it hits worse when you wake up and realize that shit really happened. Like, in the moment the night before,
it is what it is.
Right.
And then
the next morning, when it hits you like a ton of bricks, when you wake up like, fuck.
It's like, you got to get out of bed, or else you're just going to fester. It's almost like it starts to take over your body, that energy. You got to get up.
And that's why for some folks that have to go to work the next day, like, okay, that's probably a good thing, because if you sit in the bed all day, you're just going to think about it. You're just going to
I don't like that.
Hold you down. It's just going to hold you. You
I don't like it. I don't like when I have to do anything responsible the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Because my brain is so far, it's like, I don't want to deal with this. So for me, like, I can get out of the bed, but I need to do like
something that you want to do, something fun. Or
no, yes and no, but just like, I got to do mindless shit. Like, sometimes I'll just go for a drive. I won't be going anywhere.
Just drive.
I'll just drive.
Gas
or I'll need to clean.
Yeah.
Or it's just something, but if I want to stop, I can. Yeah, like when you have to do something responsible, like go to work, like you have to keep working.
Yeah, okay, I see.
You can't just stop and break down.
Yeah.
But like for me, like if I go on a drive, I could just pull over and break down crying if I need, or just like breathe if I need.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that is all for the bars that we have today for this song. Like I said, the song is called Thank You. Shout out to Bray again, my boy. Appreciate you. Now, moving on to our next segment. Final segment. Well, no, not the final segment. Our next segment, though. It's called 86.
Yeah.
All right. So if you work in the nightlife, you know that when you 86 something, it means taking it off because we don't have any more. So this is more like a would you rather in a sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my question for you, Nick, would you rather be emotionless, heartless, not feel a thing?
Okay.
Or would you rather have the emotions and have a heart, feeling everything, but you're going to feel it 10 times the normal. So everything, so you emotionless. You say you get a fucking, I don't know, paper cut. That shit hurt, right? Paper cuts do hurt.
Yeah.
But now it's 10 times worse for a simple paper cut. So a paper cut is going to feel like you really cut yourself every single time. Or if you had going through something with your significant other, and that argument could be over something as simple as
no, emotionless, bro. I can't.
Think about it, 10 times. That means you're probably like you know how pregnancy adds a little bit of the hormones, or I think for females.
Okay, yeah. That's what I meant. I meant to 86B, which is feeling it 10 times more.
You rather be heartless.
Oh yeah. First of all, being on your cycle alone, fuck no. Because the week before your cycle, I mean, for most of us women, that's when we PMS. That's when those hormones go crazy. It's not necessarily when you're on it. When you're on it,
it's just
the first,
pain.
maybe the first day, but it's more so the pain.
Right, the cramps and whatnot, right?
I mean, it depends on the woman. Sometimes it could be during, or it could just depend on the cycle. It could be during. You may not feel much before. But for me, regularly, it's the week before. My emotions be up, down. I get real clingy. I be getting clingy as fuck. Like, I just want to be up and underneath. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm 86 and feeling 10 times because I don't want to deal with none of that. 10 times more?
10 times.
No.
I'm going to agree with you on that one, 86 and 10 times, because I'm not going to lie. Like, me and you are similar. We've always said that we're the people that don't want to have the conversation. Like, we don't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes to, it goes back to one of the lyrics as far as letting things just go, you know, letting things boil over. It takes a lot.
But, you know, being emotionless means probably you won't feel any orgasms either.
Yeah, I know. You won't feel orgasms. It's emotional. It's heartless.
Wait, hold on. Let me rethink this.
Well, that's emotional. No, I'm not saying. Well, I don't know.
Emotionless because I feel like when you have an orgasm, like you feel an emotion. You feel a feeling.
So you just,
because that's a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's a feeling. It's a feeling of euphoria.
Yeah, so you're right. So yes, you just get it, and then you just move on, slide. All right, get off me. So is it get off me, or is it?
Is it? Or is it million? Is 10 times and more intense?
Boy, that gonna be.
Yo,
excuse me.
That's crazy.
I didn't even think about it from that standpoint. I was thinking about arguments and just different things in general.
No, man, like anything, or like if you have a baby. Like,
damn, yeah, like
you can't even feel their. You
can't
know,
try to empathize or sympathize for their pains or anything like that.
No, or when they come out, you're just like, okay, whatever. It's a baby.
Cool.
Yeah. Or they just walked for the first time. You're like, all right.
Yeah, I did that when I was one too.
Yeah, like you don't feel a thing.
Shit, I was walking when I was 5 months.
Ooh, that one's tough, but I don't know if I can, because it's like now they're walking. Oh my gosh, they're walking. It's like, oh my, can you relax?
It is.
Like it's a big deal, but shit.
Oh my God, that's my baby. She graduated.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's tough, but I think I'm gonna go emotion. I think I got an 86B.
I'm 86 and B.
You know what? I'm gonna change it.
I'm 86 and B.
I'm 86 and A.
You're gonna have the emotions 10 times?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna have the best orgasms ever.
That's the
only thing I'm gonna think.
Look at that from that view.
But like, even like, I love food. It's like, ooh, when I eat my favorites.
I mean, you can still taste, but when you taste it, you're just like, it's like your emotion
the whole
is
point of it. The emotion that's
your
in
emotion.
that.
This is good when you taste it. Well, really, it's like good, but you like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. Like you can't even really decipher if it's better than the last.
You know, the good thing,
it's just so mundane.
Good thing is when you're drinking, there's no emotion to that too. So you're like, yeah, shot. Ain't no facing them. No, none of that. You just.
I'm gonna be fucked up, man. One shot, I'm fucked.
As soon as you start throwing up, you're like, yeah, all right, I'm good. Next shot.
Yeah. All right. Well, We differ.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Go.
It's all right.
I'm 86A.
All right, so our final segment is tipping the bar.
Yep.
Just want to give a little piece of advice from what we discussed throughout. You want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a little bit from what she said earlier. Excuse me. As far as the your shadow and your light.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to if your shadows do come out. You know what I'm saying? If your shadow step foot into your light and tries to block your light, it's okay, because I've said this before and I'll say this again. You're human. Everybody's human here. You don't have to be perfect. Everybody strives for perfection, but nobody's perfect. So just accept your flaws, accept your shadow, and your mess. And if the person that you're with or the people that you're around or whoever can't accept your mess, your shadow, your flaws, it's okay. Everybody's not going to accept everything that you have, that's your baggage or whatever the case may be. That's all right. If they're a real friend, they may not accept it, but they'll still be there for you. And that's okay too. But just don't be afraid or be discouraged.
Yeah.
If your shadow does come out, if your mess does spill over a little bit while you're at work and it boils over and you had to take a second. Okay, it's all right. It's cool. You're human. All right, live.
Yeah, mine will kind of piggyback off of yours too, because I touched on it on the episode. It's just I'm in the era where I'm accepting my mess, so just accept it. Accept it. Don't try to shove it down. Trying to shove it down is literally going to make it. It's like a bottle cork. You ever tried to shove a bottle cork
back inside a champagne bottle?
Not even that. Have you ever seen a bottle cork float? They naturally float to the surface. If you try to shove them down, they'll just keep coming back up.
Right.
Let that motherfucker float, and then it'll float away into wherever the fuck it needs to end up. Okay?
Great. That is a good one. Yeah.
Like, don't try to shove it down. It's just gonna keep coming back up. Yeah. So, that's my tip. Accept your mess era. Accept your mess era.
Accept it. Everybody has a mess era.
And that's me talking to me for real. I always feel like my tips talk to me, y'all. So
yeah, that's it. That is the end of today's episode of Bar to Bar. We appreciate y'all coming and joining. Shout out to the newcomers. Shout out to the returners, our regulars. We appreciate y'all. Please follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube at Bar to Bar Podcast. Okay, we fuck with y'all. You can also follow me at Kap on Instagram. On Instagram at Kap, KAP_ransom.
Yep. And you can follow me on Instagram and now TikTok at Nic Tracy, which is NIC.TRACY. We thank you guys again.
Let me give me a shot real quick. Hold on.
Oh, you're lacking, you're slacking. Oh, you've been drinking that this whole time? I thought you were drinking the Lobos.
I mixed liquor. I ain't gonna.
Oh my god!
But it's still tequila. Tequila, you my friend. You know it ain't me. Hey. For those that enjoy Cinco de Mayo, we enjoyed it. That's for damn sure. Thank y'all for coming today. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. See y'all next week.